Again! Psycho 3! Norman! At this moment, they're going to be booking Holiday Inns and Motel 7s! Or 6s! And one with a number, I don't stay at them! Norman is still trying to get over the fact that he lives with his dead mother, stinking corpse, and looks at her with sexual desire. You know, Michael was sick in his own head, but he butchered his sister. He didn't try to have sex with her. This isn't Kentucky. It was California, home of Hollywood. But in this Hollywood town, people always die. I have nothing to say at this point. Psycho 3, 1987, I think it was. Death awaits all that come to that hotel. How many are we going to have before they realize it? God damn you, YouTube, and we watched a movie.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay, Psycho 3, goddamn, 3 times.
Woody the Woodpecker.
Psycho 3 is directed by Anthony Perkins, so it's gotta be great, right?
It's good, it's not bad, it's not great, it's okay.
It's a Friday the 13th Psycho movie.
This really, yeah, it gets totally into. It's a fucking feel-good 80s movie. Slasher 80s all the way this time. Yeah. Norman Bates is back again. He got off scot-free. And by the way, Norman, is it not time to move out from your mother's? Like, you've been there for a while.
At this point, he wants to fucking
You know what?
kill
Norman
people.
Bates is literally, at this point, becoming, what, a World of Warcraft player that never moves out of his mom's
You're not
basement.
even trying.
But, you know, whatever. A nun at the very beginning of the movie is screaming that God is dead because she read Nietzsche and watched the Trump-Hillary debate.
It's a good opening, though.
It is. That's cool.
It reminded me of The Omen.
The Omen, or it kind of reminded me of like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the Freddy Krueger mom. That was cool. I don't know. It was cool. But she's lost her faith in religion. She kills a nun on accident. She's hitchhiking across the desert after this happens because for some reason the nuns don't call the cops. Cool. So just be a nun.
Jared Leto picks her up on the road.
Just be a nun and you can kill whatever you want. But yeah,
Jared Leto, if he never got a lucky break.
Yeah, Jeff Fahey shows up, and Jeff Fahey's like, "I'm a singer. I'm making my way to Hollywood." You know, and they called me the Duke, but he's so 80s.
It's
like,
good, man.
He's so 80s, and it's fun. Yeah, he's fun. He's also fucking crazy and weird at the end. You'll see that. Jeff Fahey wants to fucking have sex with her. She's like, no, and he throws her out in the middle of the rainstorm, drives on to the Bates Motel, gets a job as a part-time, assistant manager. She shows up, falls in love with Norman Bates, and this crazy shit just starts happening again. Like his mother is again saying, "Put me by the window and let me see that slut that you want to fuck."
To the window!
Yeah, to the wall. I did personally like the main theme soundtrack to it. I thought that was cool.
Hated the music
specific. Some parts of the music was stupid, but some of them, they were scary. But but the thing is that Anthony Perkins did when he was directing this, he was trying to tie it all back to the first one because there's a lot of scenes in there that he's having flashbacks of what happened. And when he meets the nun, I don't remember her name. It starts with an M, but he sees the MC and he gets reminded of Marion Crane, which he had a boner for all these years, and it's like the whole thing is back in his brain again.
She looked like her too.
Yeah, so this whole thing is back, and there's a party that, by the way, I just want to ask really quick, there's a party, okay? There's a party going on somewhere, but there's a party going on at the hotel. Why in the
pants
fuck?
Party?
Why in the pillow pants? But why in the fuck would anybody, knowing the reputation of Norman Bates and what had occurred, have a party there? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
People
like,
lucky Google didn't exist back then.
Yeah, you would have thought that, no, I mean, even then, the town reputation was just him.
The Yelp ratings would have been shit. Like, well, it was good, the service was nice, but I was murdered.
At least a 2-star. The Yelp was bad, but the thing is, the Bates Motel should be already, like, run down, and if anything else, what I thought would have been more of a, made a worthwhile story is, like, the Bates Motel has become more of an attraction. People are just coming there to take pictures of Norman and just like fucking make him like a sideshow freak because he's like, you're the crazy person that dressed up as your mom and fucked your mom or whatever. They never implied that he did, but
that would have been way better.
You don't know, and that's what it should have been. But whatever. I mean, it's Fairville, California. This movie is the epitome of unnecessary. It really is. I mean, it's a good, solid 80s slasher film. But as far as it being a sequel to Psycho 2 and Psycho 1, no need for it. Absolutely no need for
I
it.
love watching Jeff Fahey roll around there, go to bars, try to pick up women. His whole story, dude, he looks just like Rex Manning from Empire Records.
Yeah,
he's like sexy Rexy.
He does look like Rex Manning.
Video,
but also, it's not just that,
stuff.
though. It's the fact that that has to be one of the most awkward sex scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Happy Rex Manning Day.
He fucking meets a girl at the bar, and, like, she's, like, dancing in front of him, like, some sexual
like holding balloons over his nuts.
No, it's not balloons, it's lights, and he's going, ooh. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, I was like, it has to be. And then after they're done fucking, he's like, all right, get out. And she's like, oh, you're just that guy that rolls over. He's like, what the fuck do you want from me? I met you one night, and we fucked. Get out. And then she's like, well, can I use the phone? He's like, yeah, sure, it's over there or whatever. And then he's like, you're like a vibrator or something. He's like, well, at least a vibrator would get me off. And he's like, get out, bitch. You know what? Use the payphone.
He was fucking straight savage,
I know.
man.
That was savage as shit.
And back then, they didn't have no fucking Ubers, you know?
Yeah,
she goes out to the phone booth, and then you got the standard. It was basically the psycho shower killing in a phone booth, which it's always nice to see Norman with that black face doing that killing thing. That's scary as shit to me.
He means, like, when he says blackface, he doesn't mean the racist. He means the shadow.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's a slasher movie. I mean, they took the psycho formula and they just added some Friday the 13th to it, and it's entertaining to watch. Completely fucking pointless, but
and they do give some throwbacks to the original one, because, like, she takes a shower and Norman gets a boner again. He takes the picture down. He's like, ooh, like he's looking through it. And that was a weird. That music. I know you didn't like the music, but that music was like a screeching kind of weird, like Rob Zombie music. But it was like,
dude, it was like they took the
weird
classic fucking theme and they added some Sinead O'Connor shit over top of it. I fucking hate it.
But it was like a gospel.
It sucked.
It had like some weird like screeching noise. God damn, something really cool. But you know, that was cool to see that. And then he comes in there to murder her because she's in the shower. He's like, oh, here's my chance. I'm gonna jack off later to this. He comes in there to murder her, and she's already cut her wrist. And he's like, oh fuck. He's like, damn. And then she's like, Virgin Mary? And you know, at this point, Norman Bates is thinking, this bitch is crazier than me.
I want to take her out for a nice seafood dinner.
Yeah, he takes her.
And never call her back.
Takes her to a psychiatric unit or a hospital. They fix her up, and she literally falls hard for Norman.
There's a party so that Norman has people to kill, and then they try to do the twisty shit again.
And the twisty shit is basically, you find out from the journalist after the nun comes to confess her love and she dies, because they do recreate the falling down the stairs scene. The lady that claimed to be his mother in the diner after the second one, I know, you take a nap, is actually not his mother, but was the sister of Norma Bates. Don't fucking act like that. But was the sister of Norma Bates, but was in love with Norma Bates' husband, and he married Norma Bates, therefore she got mad, killed Norma Bates' husband, stole Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates, and thought that was the child that they should have had. Therefore, being crazy, they sent her to the institution. So Norma Bates was always his mother.
It was Colonel Mustard in the closet with the dildo.
That's literally, it was Clue by that point.
Yeah.
It was Clue. It was fucking stupid. And then Norman Bates kills the mummified remains of his mom. You know, the fucking sheriff comes to arrest him, and it's so funny. Every time I see the sheriff walking down and just moving in general, just in the film, I like the guy, like he's a good actor, but I always feel like the Bulk and Skull music from Paris, like bonk, dum, dum, ba, dum, dum.
That comes from Halloween 5 when they show those two.
Yeah, like that weird like music. Because he's like, Norman, you've embarrassed me. You've embarrassed the town, Norman. And you know, how do you feel about yourself? He's like, at least I'll be free. And then he pulls out his mom's fucking hand from his pocket and just petting it, and he does that iconic scene at the end of Psycho. Also, he looks at the camera and smiles creepily, and that's it. That's in a nutshell, it's a 5. It's a 5.0.
It's a 5 for me too. Basically, for me, they took the Psycho, they capitalized off it. I thought Anthony Perkins did a good job with recreating some of the scenery. I thought the camera moves, the way he worked the camera was great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I thought his acting was off a bit, and I don't think it was his fault. I think it was because the audio track was off. The entire movie, the audio track was slightly off, and there was some cheese in it. And I thought, being a guy who didn't direct much, he did a good, serviceable job.
For sure, I definitely.
And it's an entertaining movie, but ultimately it's pointless and it's shit when they get down to trying to tie stuff together. It's just, it's a decent slasher sequel, whatever. It's a 5 out of 10.
And I will also say that when it was cool to see Norman Bates dressed up, and you could actually hear him doing his mother's voice. Like, that was cool. That was the first time you ever saw that. And the thing is, though, it was like, you were right, the lip sync wasn't there. It looked like a Bruce Lee movie. He was like, I mother. Like, it was off, like, for some reason. But Perkins did a great job. As if it was his first directorial debut, like, he didn't do bad. Yeah. But I think what the problem really came from is that he was overreaching. Like, he tried to make more from this script than actually you could make from it. Yeah. Like, it was just basically saying, okay, this is watery shit, and I'm going to make something great. No, I can't do it.
Ooh, watery shit. But yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, guys, comment down below. What's your thoughts on Psycho 3? Did you like it? Did you fucking hate it? Did it make you want to hit your mom with a shovel? I don't know.
Ooh.
Who knows? Comment down below. Let us know. We love
I
your
only see
fucking
the other
faces, and we'll be back with Psycho 4. Until next time, guys, if you're new to that channel, click the subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you, mother.
Stay out of your fucking mom's dress.